Welcome to Module 3. I'm showing here what looks like a typical hotel room. A nice bed, a desk, a mini fridge, maybe a nice view. Seems harmless, right? This innocent-looking hotel room has ended more careers than missed deadlines, failed projects, and bad presentations combined. According to internal data from Fortune 500 companies, hotel-related expense violations account for 60% of all expense-related terminations. Not flight problems, not meal issues, hotel rooms. Let me tell you about Tom. Tom was a sales associate at a pharmaceutical company. Great guy, hard worker, bright future. Tom's first business trip was to a medical conference in San Diego. 3 days, nice hotel, important clients to meet. Day 1 went great, meetings, networking, professional dinner. Tom got back to his room around 10 p.m., tired but feeling good about the day. He opened the minibar just to see what was there. $20 bottles of water, $8 bag of nuts, $15 airplane bottles of vodka. Tom thought, this is ridiculous, but I'm exhausted. I don't want to go find a store and it's just one night. So he grabbed a bottle of water, some nuts, and because it had been a long day and a successful one, a small bottle of Grey Goose. $43. The next night, he did it again. Different items, same logic. I'm working hard. The company's paying. It's just the cost of doing business. Night 3, same thing. When Tom submitted his expense report, he didn't think twice about the minibar charges. Total, $127. In his mind, that was nothing compared to the flight and a hotel costs. Tom's manager saw it differently. The manager called Tom into his office and asked, "Can you explain these minibar charges?" Tom said, "Oh, just some snacks and drinks after long days. You know how it is." "Actually, I don't," his manager replied. "Can you help me understand why you'd spend $8 on a bag of nuts when there's a convenience store right across the street selling the same thing for $2? Tom tried to explain. He was tired. It was convenient. He was focused on work, not shopping for snacks. His manager's response, "Tom, this tells me that you don't think about our money the same way you think about your own money. If you're careless with $8 bags of nuts, how can I trust you with $1 million territory?" Tom was terminated that week. Now, before you think Tom's manager was being unreasonable, let me give you the manager's perspective. When a manager sees minibar charges on an expense report, here's what goes through their mind. This person chose convenience over cost consciousness. They made an emotional decision instead of a business decision. They didn't consider alternatives. They treated company money differently than their own money. They may lack the judgment I need for bigger responsibilities. Fair or not, that's the reality. Minibar charges are seen as a character test, and most people fail on it. So here's rule number 1 for hotel survival. Treat the minibar like it's radioactive. Don't touch it. Don't even open it to look into it. But what if I'm really hungry or thirsty? Every hotel has alternatives. Hotel lobby shop, vending machines on other floors, 24-hour front desk that can point you to nearby stores, room service from the hotel restaurant. Yes, these require more effort. That effort is the point. It shows you're willing to be inconvenienced to save company money. Now, are there exceptions? Maybe. If you're diabetic and need emergency snacks, if you're on medication that requires specific food timing, if there's genuinely no alternative available, those might be legitimate reasons. But even then, document it. Add a note to your expense report. Late medication timing required immediate food access. Hotel restaurant was closed. No nearby stores open. Remember, it's not just about the money. It's about demonstrating judgment and consideration. Let's talk about other hotel charges that can get you into trouble. Room service isn't automatically bad like minibar charges, but it's dangerous for different reasons. Room service has huge markups, often 200 to 300% over restaurant prices, plus delivery fees, service charges, and expected tips. A $15 burger becomes a $40 expense report line item. More importantly, room service suggests you prioritize personal convenience over business efficiency. Unless you're working through a meal or have back-to-back calls, most managers expect you to eat at the hotel restaurant or find nearby options. The optics matter. Restaurant charge, professional. Room service charge, potentially lazy or self-indulgent. But what about pay-per-view movies or premium Wi-Fi? Entertainment charges are career killers. I don't care if you're working late and want background noise or if you're stressed and need to relax. Expensing movies, premium Wi-Fi for streaming, or in-room games send one message. You're using company money for personal entertainment. Most hotels have free basic Wi-Fi that's perfectly adequate for work. If you need premium Wi-Fi for legitimate business reasons, like uploading large presentations or video conferences, document it. Required premium Wi-Fi for a client video conference. Basic service insufficient for presentation upload. Gym and spa charges, don't even think about it unless your company specifically covers fitness expenses. Even then, get approval first. I know someone who expensed a $20 day pass to a hotel gym because staying healthy helps me work better. His manager's response? "We have a corporate gym membership that costs $8 a month. This tells me you don't pay attention to company benefits or think through your decisions." Let's talk about phone charges because this is where people get surprised. Hotel phone rates are insane. A 10-minute call to another U.S. city can cost $30. An international call can cost hundreds. Use your cell phone. Use hotel Wi-Fi for video calls. Use the business center if you need a landline for conference calls. The only time hotel phone charges might be acceptable is if your cell service is down and you're in a dead zone or have a legitimate business emergency. Even then, document it. Now, what about laundry and dry cleaning? Hotels charge crazy amounts for laundry. $30 to wash and fold a shirt you could do yourself for free. For short trips, pack enough clothes. For longer trips, find a local laundromat or dry cleaner. Hotel laundry should be the last resort only. Now, here's the exception. If you spill something on your only clean shirt before an important client meeting, hotel dry cleaning might be justified, but explain it. Emergency dry cleaning required after coffee spill before client presentation. Now, let's talk about something that's often overlooked: hotel behavior and reputation management. Remember, you're not just representing yourself, you're representing your company. Your behavior at the hotel reflects on your employer, especially if you're using a corporate rate or corporate credit card. I know someone who got drunk at the hotel bar and made a scene. The hotel manager called his company the next morning, not because of expenses, but because of behavior. The employee was terminated before the business trip was even over. Professional hotel behavior means treating staff respectfully, keeping noise levels reasonable, dressing appropriately in common areas, not bringing personal guests to your business hotel room, and being mindful that colleagues might also be staying there. Which brings up an important point: personal guests. If your spouse or friend wants to join you for part of a business trip, that's potentially fine, but handle it correctly. Hi, manager, my spouse would like to join me for the weekend portion of the Chicago trip. I'll cover all additional costs, extra hotel nights, meals, etc. Should I book this as one reservation and itemize the personal costs, or should I handle it separately? Clear communication, clear boundaries, and clear payment responsibility. Compare that to someone who just books a double room instead of a single and figures no one will notice. That's not just an expense issue, it's a trust issue. Let's talk about tipping, because this confuses a lot of people. Housekeeping tips, usually acceptable, often expected for longer stays. $2 to $5 per night is standard. Bellhop tips, if they help with the bags, yes, a few dollars per bag. Valet parking tips, if you're using valet, yes, usually $5. But here's the key: document cash tips. Take a photo of the money you're leaving. Make a note on your expense report. Housekeeping tip: 3 nights at $3 a night equals $9. Some companies have specific policies about tip limits. Make sure you know them. Now, what about restaurant tips in the hotel? Same rules apply as any business meal. Standard 18 to 20% is fine, but anything over 25% might get questioned. What if you're staying somewhere for a week or more? Extended stays create additional opportunities for problems. You might get comfortable, start treating the hotel room like a home, make personal purchases, and mix them with business expenses. Keep boundaries clear. Just because you're there for 2 weeks doesn't mean personal convenience items become business expenses. International hotels have their own complications: different tipping customs, different service charges, currency conversion fees on your credit card. Research local norms before you travel. What's normal in Tokyo is different from what's normal in London or Sao Paulo. Quick word about loyalty programs. Joining hotel loyalty programs is usually fine and often smart. You can earn points on business travel, sometimes get upgraded rooms or free Wi-Fi. But don't let loyalty program benefits influence your booking decisions if they cost the company more money. Book based on company policy and rates, not on your personal point accumulation. And never ever try to expense personal travel by using points earned from business travel. I've seen people get fired for this. Now, what if something goes wrong? What if you get to the hotel and the room is terrible, or there's a problem with your reservation? Don't just upgrade yourself and expense the difference. Call your manager or the travel department first and explain. The hotel says they're overbooked and only have suites available at $100 more per night. How would you like me to handle this? Document everything, get confirmation in writing when possible, and take photos if there are room problems that justify additional costs. Let me show you an example of good hotel expense documentation. Room rate higher than policy due to conference weekend. No standard rooms available. Manager approved, received via email 315. Minimized other expenses to offset. See attached. Clear explanation. Authorization noted. Proactive cost management demonstrated. Compare that to someone who just submits the higher rate with no explanation. Same expense, completely different professional impression. Let me tell you about some hotel expense disasters I've seen. Someone expensed a $200 spa treatment as stress management for better work performance. Someone booked the presidential suite because I need space to work and didn't understand why that was a problem. Someone expensed their wedding anniversary dinner at a hotel restaurant because they happened to be traveling for business that week. All of these people were terminated, not for fraud, for poor judgment. But let me end with a success story. Maria was a consultant on her first client engagement. She was staying at a hotel for 3 weeks, and by week 2, she noticed she was getting comfortable, maybe a bit too comfortable. She sat down and made a list of every charge she'd incurred: housekeeping tips, business center printing, one room service order when she was sick, upgraded Wi-Fi for client video calls, and then she wrote to her manager in an email, "Hi manager, I wanted to give you a heads up on some additional hotel charges from my extended stay. Here's the breakdown and the business justification for each." Her manager was so impressed with her proactive communication and cost consciousness that he mentioned it to the partner on the engagement. Later, Maria's performance review specifically mentioned her excellent judgment and financial stewardship. She got promoted ahead of her class. So here's your hotel survival checklist. 1. Never touch the minibar, ever. 2. Choose hotel restaurant over room service when possible. 3. No entertainment charges, premium Wi-Fi only for business needs. 4. Document all tips and unusual charges. 5. Get approval before upgrading or adding services. 6. Maintain professional behavior. You represent your company. 7. Keep personal and business expenses completely separate. And 8. When in doubt, ask first and document everything. The hotel room might look like neutral territory, but it's actually a minefield of career-limiting decisions. Every choice you make reflects on your judgment, your priorities, and your respect for your company resources. In Module 4, we're going to talk about transportation, flights, ground travel, and all the ways you can accidentally torpedo your career between point A and point B. Because getting to the hotel safely is only half the battle. I'll see you in Module 4.